What is going on, everybody? Week 15, Jake Fantasy Headliners coming back at you with some waiver wire pickups. As you can see, still out in here, sunny Arizona, still on vacation. I know, it's a long vacation. I mean, my hair's getting long and everything. Can't even shave out here. Oh well. Anyway, you guys don't care about that. Like I said, coming back at you week 15 waiver wire pickups. Had some big injuries this week. I know a lot of you guys are probably not too happy. The injuries to Wentz, Kamara. I mean, some big names. Some big names probably hurt you this week. Got some good news coming for you. Got one guy at each position that you can go out there, pick up, probably plug and play. Max could be having his own videos also. Make sure you're checking his videos out. He'll also have some names for you for some good pickups this week. Want to get right into it, though. This is the week that a lot of people thought that Aaron Rodgers may return coming up. It's possible. He's not medically cleared yet, but it's coming. All signs point to him coming back this week. So if you were a Carson Wentz owner, the news just came out about him tearing his ACL, being done for the year. I mean, if Aaron Rodgers is out there, which I highly doubt he is, but if he is, you need to go pick him up, and you need to pick him up quick. I mean, that's somebody you can pop right back into your lineup. It's not like he needs time to get back accustomed to the offense. He's going to be good to go. Just waiting for that clearance. That's all we're waiting for. But like I said, tough luck for all you Wentz owners, especially right now in the playoffs. He's been playing so great all year. But you know what? Nothing we can do about it. One person you can go out there and pick up right now if you're in need, somebody who's probably not highly owned, Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles has been playing great lately. I mean, preseason we were making fun of the guy because he couldn't throw a pass and everybody was calling for Chad Henne. And now all of a sudden Blake Bortles is, you know, playing like he was a few years ago. I mean, a lot of people picked him up in fantasy a few years ago and had a great year with him. This past week here, he's got 268 yards, 2 touchdowns against Seattle. He's had 20-plus fantasy points 3 games straight. He's going to be at home versus Houston. Yes, Houston. Everybody throws against Houston. This is a perfect opportunity where if you have somebody that went down, maybe it was Mariota, Tyrod, Josh McCown, another guy that went out this week. This guy is somebody who's perfect that you can pick up, plug in your lineup this week, and he'll get you by. Is it ideal? No. But this time of the year, you're just trying to be, you know, as proactive as possible. And even if you don't need Bortles and you have a roster spot available and you're playing against somebody who needs that quarterback, try to scoop them up ahead of time. Kind of got to block each other here and then. It's irritating to the other person, but you know, that's what you got to do if you want to win, right? And at this point in the year, we all got to want to win. So let's move on to running back. Rod Smith. Rod Smith had a great game. Yes, it was capped by one huge play there in the late in the game, but Rod Smith 6 carries for 47 yards, a touchdown, 5 receptions for $113 and a touchdown. He's killing it. The Cowboys all of a sudden starting to turn back into what they were earlier in the season. The offensive line has been getting going. Dak has been looking more confident. The team in general just looks better. They're playing kind of like they were at the beginning of the season. They kind of have that chip on their shoulder a little bit, that attitude. They got a lot of grief for a few weeks because their offense was so horrible. They're going to be playing at Oakland. Oakland, another weak run D. They're going to be able to move the ball on the ground and through the air. And as you can tell by the stats, they're using him just as much in the passing game as they are the running game. So Rod Smith is somebody you can pick up, put in as maybe a flex play. I wouldn't be trusting him as your RB1 or 2, but he's a great flex play for the week if you need it. If you had somebody like Kamara, Mixon, Tevin Coleman got banged up, Samaje Perine, this is somebody you can pick up and plug in right away. Somebody I talked about last week, and some people listened because I answered a lot of questions about him, but a lot of people didn't listen. And if you guys can see the sun, I'm not a camera guy by any means, but this thing is hot. It's still hot in Arizona. I'm starting to perspire a little bit. Anyway, this guy I talked about last week, Marquise Goodwin out in San Francisco. I told a lot of people to start Jimmy G this past week, and everybody looked at me kind of like I was a little crazy. Jimmy G had I can't say a great week, but he threw for over 300 yards, had a touchdown. By far his best game yet. And his number 1 target is Marquise Goodwin. I mean, this guy has slowly turned into a solid wide receiver. More on the wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 flex range, but he's been doing great. I mean, this past week, 6 catches for 106 yards. He's had 8 fantasy points every week since week 9. I mean, that's something consistent that you can put into your lineup. And the guy's only getting better. I mean, him and Jimmy G have only been playing together for a few weeks. This is going to be someone you need to put on your radar for next year. Especially, you know, if you're in any type of dynasty league. I'm sure he's already owned by any means, but this is somebody that is a potential gold mine. I mean, he's got world-class speed. He's a great receiver. They're building chemistry. Marquise Goodwin is a great pickup and somebody you can play this week with, you know, Calvin Benjamin, Amari Coopers, those type of injuries happening. This guy is the ideal person to pick up, plug in, and be ready to go. How about a tight end? Not a whole lot of tight ends. I mean, this has been a wasteland of a position for the year, but I'm going to say David Njoku of Cleveland is going to be a decent pickup this week. He didn't have a great game this week, but if you look at his rest of season schedule, he's got a great schedule. Kaiser's starting to come on. Gordon is kind of opening up the field a little bit. You saw Corey Coleman get involved a little bit, and it's only a matter of time before Njoku, you know, takes over. I mean, he's a great athlete, great tight end, and if you got somebody that you're relying on like Greg Olsen, I'd much rather take my chances with David Njoku than Greg Olsen at this point. Greg Olsen still going to be coming back from that injury slowly, and it's just not worth the risk. David Njoku is going to be at home against Baltimore this week. Baltimore just gave up like 154 catches to Jesse James in Pittsburgh. I mean, it was some ridiculous number. David Njoku is that type of tight end. He's more athletic than Jesse James. He's going to have plenty of opportunities. Baltimore's given up 21 receptions to tight ends over the past 3 weeks. I mean, that's 7 catches a week. That's great, you know, potential for Njoku. And at this time of the year, if you're, you know, struggling with an injury or whatever it is, you're looking for potential. And this guy right here, huge big play potential, great target. Him and Kaiser, they're going to have a good thing going for a while. This whole Cleveland team is going to surprise a few people, depending on what their offseason moves are this year. They're young. I mean, especially the re-addition, I guess you could say, of Josh Gordon. It's great. Their offense could be very exciting, but ultimately it rides on Kaiser's shoulders, or if they go for another quarterback in the draft. We'll have to wait and see, but these are some good guys you guys can go out and get this week. They're all owned in less than 50% of leagues. Goodwin may be getting pretty close. He's pretty close to that cutoff line, but make sure you grab him. Hopefully these guys can help you out the rest of the week. Make sure you're checking out Mac's videos. He's got some new names for you also. Make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing. We appreciate all the guys' support, especially while we're out here on vacation. I mean, we're, you know, just because I'm on vacation doesn't mean we stop recording. But like I said, appreciate you guys' love. Make sure you answer questions or ask us questions below. If you have any issues with any of your players or need somebody that we didn't talk about, by all means, hit us up. We'll be more than glad to help you guys out. Hopefully you're getting pretty close to championship territory. And if you are, congrats. If you're not, it's all right. We'll just play the spoiler and try to finish as high as we can. So you guys have a good rest of your week. We'll be talking to you later. Thanks. Bye. What is going on, everybody? Jake Fantasy Headliners coming at you real quick. A little bit of news. Excited to announce we've just entered a partnership with the Draft app. Have you checked out the Draft app yet? Make sure you go to your Google Play Store, iTunes Store, whatever you got. Go check it out. More than 1 million people have already downloaded the Draft app, and you can play in a real live NBA or NFL draft right now and be done in under 5 minutes and get paid out the next day. I mean, how awesome is that? Drafts are filling up every second. You can join whenever you want. All new players, they'll get a free entry into a real money draft when you make your first deposit. All you have to do, use the promo code Headliners. That's right, make sure you are entering that promo code, getting yourself into a free money draft, and getting to play for free. Playing for free is awesome. So like I said, we're excited to announce that. Make sure you guys go check it out. We appreciate y'all, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks.